I'm sure you've noticed the hundreds of pages long threads on transmissions on the elmoto.net forum. Can you kind of give us, as hobbyists, kind of the 411 on your guys' opinions on the transmission and why you decided to go that route?
Sure. Yeah, I won't go into, and probably can't go into a real detailed technical discussion, but let me just say that when I went into this whole project to use the transmission as skeptical as anybody, but after I rode the first prototype bike, really had a change of heart, and then spent some time looking at some of the graphs that are showing up on the Elmoto and Brammo Owners Forum, and those forums are really informative, and most of them are spot on. That with the transmission, you kind of get the best of both worlds. You're not restricted to one gear ratio. You can multiply the torque at the rear wheel to get great off the line acceleration, and you can also maintain your top speed target or push the top speed higher than you could with a single speed ratio. There's some other benefits to the transmission that involve how hard the motor has to work, how hard the controller has to work, how much current it has to pump out to achieve the same kind of accelerations. There's a benefit also commercially because you can use a little bit smaller motor and you can optimize your performance with a lower voltage system. And I haven't seen that point get raised on any of the forums, but the reason that Mission and Motorsiz and Brammo Impulse are able to achieve what they can achieve with a single speed drive is because they're running very high voltages. Our race bike nominal voltage is 350 volts. And so with that, we can use a high torque motor and extend the RPM range of the motor to get our top speed. That is not so far an option commercially because IGBT-based motor controllers or inverters are so expensive, and typically they're fairly large. There are some smaller units out there like the Reinhardt drive, but that also is a very, very expensive drive that doesn't make sense for a commercial application. And so what the gearbox allows you to do is maximize performance in a low voltage configuration that makes use of a low voltage motor controller, MOSFET-based motor controller.
Wow, thank you very much. That's really awesome to know. I appreciate that.
Yep. Hopefully not too many of our competitors who listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
I might get in trouble for that one. But additionally, and there's been some other questions about why 6 speeds and why not 3 speeds or 2 speeds or 4 speeds, and they're all valid questions. For sure, you could probably make something like a 3 or 4 speed work, but it's going to take a lot more development and development time, development costs. The main thing that we're concerned with is overspeeding the motor and potentially damaging the motor. So with a 6 speed, you've got a very nice step, a manageable RPM step between those gear ratios, and so even somebody who downshifts the bike going into the corner is unlikely to either damage the motor themselves or the bike with a 6-speed transmission. And there are lots of gas bikes out there that have around 100 to 115 mile an hour top speed that have a 6-speed transmission. A Honda 250R, which I can only get the top out at about 90 miles per hour, has a 6-speed transmission, and I don't notice any problems shifting through those gears. It feels totally natural to me, and that's exactly how it feels on the Impulse as well.